are failing, the Oriental warriors.
Dishes clean!
I must not go too far away from the others.
Numenon's flame won't waver, and neither will I.
Constellation of fear.
Would you like to have a drink with me?
You can say no to a panda.
Dishes clean!
We all belong to where...
Let's see who has the last laugh.
Dishes clean!
I was born a warrior.
Our victories will be limitless. Loneliness
The scales
I hope they...
Once, there was a place called home.
freedom at hand.
Dishes clean!
Need a help hand? Guys on the way.
Another
Bear the weight.
We all belong to where our hearts go, no?
Would you like to have a drink with me? You are failing.
Honor to have died in this wondrous city.
Dishes clean!
As long as my mind is free.
Dishes clean!
Honor to have died in this wondrous city.
This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer.
Loneliness never bothers me.
Shee. Wah-woo.
The
Dishes
pointy
clean!
ends of my spears warn those against me.
Dishes cleaned!
Which part will not fall?
Dishes clean!
This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. Did I keep it, or did I break it?
We all belong to where our hearts go, no?
The stars will punish you.
We all
Dishes
belong
clean!
to where our hearts go, no?
not an appropriate place to stay any longer.
The more your fear grows, the smaller you become.
We will never surrender.
This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer.
Witchbird will not fall. We will never surrender.
Ampun po, ampun po, Dish is clean.
I love you!
This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer.
Dish is clean.
There's a place called home for me.
This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. Show me some real challenges.
Once there was a place called home for me.
Dish is cleaned.
This is not an appropriate
Dish is
place.
clean.
This is not an appropriate place to
Missed the beat.
Is there a ninja who has stolen my skill of doppelganger?
Ampun po,
The scales are not in your favor.
Show me some real challenges.
Dish is
Another
clean.
word for compromise is failure.
This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer.
Witchbird will not fall.
This is not an appropriate place to stay. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place. This is not an appropriate. This is not an appropriate. This is not an appropriate place to stay.
Dish is cleaned.
I am your shield.
Loneliness never bothers me.
This is not an appropriate place to stay. This is not an this is not an this is not an appropriate place to stay.
Ampun po,
We
Dish
all
is
belong
clean.
to where our
Ampun
hearts go.
po,
We will never
The stars will punish you.
How dare they? Leomord, my love.
This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer.
Dishes
Died
cleaned.
in this wondrous city.
Show me some real challenges.
Leomord.
This is not an appropriate. This is not an appropriate. This is not an.
Ampun po,
This is
po.
not. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer.
Ampun po,
Has
po.
Jack stolen my skill of doppelganger?